Those who would like to be with me next Saturday, Sunday, and altogether 5 sessions. Uh, this is going to be the basic course, which some participants have gone through. Those who have never been with me in this course, please be with me. It is for 5 sessions on Saturday, Sundays, and Saturday for about 2.5 hours. And I have made sure that although the program fees are there, for those who need some assistance financially, we have reduced the price also. And those who even cannot meet that particular challenge, I'll leave it to you to pay as you wish. But if you are truly, truly interested, if you are into the game of not proving but improving, and if you are in the game of not winning but learning, then I'm telling you, this is an opportunity, don't miss it. I will conduct this course probably once a year only. So therefore, you have an opportunity to be with me. And if the group is smaller, better, because then I can respond to individuals individually. Uh, Let me take you through very, very quickly what we are going to go through in this particular course. Now, I would like to ask you this question. Why do people suffer? We have challenges in life, and these challenges take the energy out of us. We fight our way through when we were in our teens, when we were in our youth, but then we get a few successes and we get a lot of failures in life, and then those failures become painful and burdensome to us. All the programs that are related to self development or human potential, they try and teach you how to deal with your negatives in life, how to deal with issues in your life which you do not like, how to deal with anger, how to deal with people with whom you can't get along, how to achieve goals in life, how to make decisions in life, how to get energy in life such that we become unstoppable. The course that I have created, and then I got inspired by this particular technology, is what I'm offering here. And I've been doing it for the last 25 years now. I'm not just fascinated by it, but I have personally gained a lot out of this particular approach, which I am I'm going to share with all of you. I've done it many times in the past, but what I want to let you know is that as I keep sharing this particular technology with people, I become more and more complete. I get more and more clear about when does the approach fail? Why does law of attraction doesn't really work in everybody's life? Why only some people are able to break through and not many more people? And one of the things, uh, just last week, I was having a discussion, a counseling session with somebody uh, who seemed to have some issues in life. And I saw that that person was truly suffering. And then I asked myself the question, why do people suffer? And we suffer, one, because it's a burden, it's painful. You get hit, you have a failure in life, you do not have the love that you want in your life, you do not have the satisfaction, you do not have the security in life. So it's a big burden to live and to go through this life. But then I also said to that person that, listen, people suffer not because of the burden, but because also because of the way you carry the burden, the way you deal with the burden, the way you keep the burden with you, that your suffering begins to happen. So, burden is one area, pain is one area, but suffering is another area. And then, as I've talked in the past, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. Ask yourself this question. Are you just having the pain in life, or are you also having the suffering in life? And this particular course, we will discuss as to how to deal with this pain and this burden such that we may have the pain, but we will not necessarily suffer. So, how to stop suffering in life? is going to be one aspect of this particular course. As it is said, it is not the load that breaks you down, it is the way you carry the load that breaks you down. The heaviest burdens that we carry are the thoughts in our head. Now, this is a very, very important distinction that we will go through. This particular course is very akin to this movie that we are watching. This course is not based on psychology, it is based on ontology. Psychology is where you take the help of your mind to solve the problems of your mind. Ontology is a different approach. It is the science of being, and this course is about enabling you, supporting you in shifting your one level of being to another level of being. This course, I'm not a psychologist, so I will not claim to be a psychologist or a psychiatrist. All I'm trying to tell you here is that I have learned one thing, and I have really, really come to appreciate this, which Einstein said it, that you cannot solve the problem at the same level at which it got created. So if I have a mental problem, if I have a problem in my mind, if I'm not able to deal with my thoughts, if I'm constantly negative, if I'm feeling pessimist, if I'm sad in life, uh, some people will call it even depressed in life. What is being said here when it is said that you cannot solve the problem at the same level at which you created it? What we are saying is that then you cannot take the help of the mind to solve the problem of the mind. Now, I'm not saying that other approaches are not going to work. All I'm saying is that I got inspired by this approach because this approach not only talks about reducing the suffering, it talks about making the suffering disappear from our life. It talks about shifting of the being rather than dealing with the mind issues. And then therefore I got very fascinated. It is very akin to some of the spiritual disciplines. It is very akin to Zen Buddhism also, but it is not a religious discussion that we will have. It is going to be a secular discussion. But I promise you that once you really participate in this course, you will get so many answers to your questions that you will be amazed. We all are waiting for breakthroughs in life. We are not getting one. How to how to approach such that we are able to access those breakthroughs, that we are able to then fly, soar in our life. How do we begin to start inviting abundance in our life is all we are going to discuss. And then, of course, this course is going to be much bigger and much longer than 5 sessions, but we'll begin and achieve one level of complete understanding of this technology. Sometimes you don't realize the weight of a burden that you have been carrying until you feel the weight of its release. You see, what happens is that we try to ignore what we are going through in life. I have problems with my children. I have problems with my mother. I have problems with my job. I have problems with my financial situation. I just cannot get along with people. People don't get along with me, etc., etc. When we have these issues in life, what we do is we say, I tried my level best and it has not worked. It has only worked up to a point. It is not working anymore. I can't really now deal with this issue because it is going to make my situation worse. If I will try to convince my wife or husband that what the way we are relating to each other is not appropriate, it might get worse. So he's quiet, she's quiet, I'm quiet. Let's ignore, let's go through the life in a very, very compromised fashion. Now, the point being made here is that unless and until we be with the truth, unless and until we accept that we need to be with the reality, chances are we are not going to be happy. And you will come to know as to how unhappy uh, you are and I am, unless and until the weight of release makes us feel that happiness, gives us that happiness. It's only when you let go and feel the happiness that you realize how much you were missing out on that happiness, that energy, that satisfaction that you and I deserve. So, this program is all about distinguishing the reality from our stories, distinguishing who we are from the identity that we have. If you have looked at this movie, this gentleman has an identity. And then he's told that this identity is coming in his way. Otherwise, your real self is perfect and joyous. To access that self, which is joyous and happy, we need to move from I know to I do not know. The first level is to move from I know to I do not know. But only very, very strong, courageous people accept that the larger part of our universe is in the domain of I do not know that I do not. I do not know that I do not know. That is the realm you and I are supposed to access. And then we do not know how to access it. It happens. How it happens, we will talk about it. But it happens. And when it happens, we realize, wow, so much of happiness, so much of energy I was not having in my life. But now I can feel it. Now, yes, now I am not defeated by my procrastination. I am not defeated by my little voice that tells me you are tired or you can't last 2 hours. This movie is too long, or you have to have a cup of tea for you to get up in the morning. These are all our patterns that we have created in our lives, and we are supposed to deal with them, and you cannot deal with them by ignoring it. You will only postpone your problem, and we will make the problem worse if we do not address it. No point shoving the dirt under the carpet. It may look good that, my house is clean when the guests will come, but very soon it will start stinking in my house. You cannot shove the dirt under the carpet. But then we are scared, we are afraid. And then, yes, fear is the main issue in our life. Therefore, we have stopped living to a greater extent in life. We have stopped taking risks in life. We are afraid of falling into the water. We are afraid of dying. So be with me next weekend if you want, where we will discuss the difference between pain and suffering. This is the Buddhist saying where it says that the suffering is in the way you react to life rather than the way life acts at you. So, suffering doesn't happen when life acts at you, it happens when you react to life the way you react. So, this course will teach us how to respond to life rather than react. I'm making some big statements here, but we'll discuss when you're here with me next Saturday. Uh, Very briefly, in few sentences, I want to let you know. Generally, how do we try to solve our problems? We try to solve through change. Now, change is what is keeping the problem alive in our life. And this program is all about not going through the change in life. But then the question is, if I do not change myself and if I do not change my people in my life and I do not change my situation, how will I be able to achieve a different level? And this is what the power is of this technology. Because when you're looking for changing the situation, when you're trying to solve the problem, we can only solve it by creating a bigger problem. And then you know it in your life that you have solved one level of problem, but now you've got another level of problem. We'll discuss all that in the course. We are also convinced that our problems are created by somebody else. Now it's all right to say that we are the creator and we are the author of our life, but we don't really believe in it because we know circumstances have played a part, luck has played a part, and then people have played a part in creating the agony or failure or suffering in our life. And then therefore we need to also uh, discuss this and then figure out, are we responsible or somebody else has done this to me? Uh, am I giving you the answer or am I asking you to consider this to be a place to come from? Is all we will discuss. Another issue in our life is that we lie to ourselves because we do not want to confront truth. Uh, we lie, we don't even realize that we are wearing masks, we are hiding, we are trying to impress people, not express people. We are in fact wanting to get approval from people. We want people to like us, to love us, but we do not want to see the part which we do not like about ourselves. How do we deal with the part that we do not like, and be courageous enough to face ourselves, be vulnerable, and not get scared of who we are? And finally, if you do not deal with your life issues, I promise you, you will be playing very small in life. You and I are not meant to be small in life. Today, at this age also, I want to make sure that I contribute. At your age, I want you also to be capable of contributing not only to yourself, to your family, but to the larger community and mankind. Let's go for this particular game. This is a very powerful game. I promise you, it'll give you more confidence in life to take risks. It'll make you productive. It'll enable you to make right choices in life, better communicator, uh, a very powerful relationship person, and inshallah, this will make you unstoppable in life, because we will look at the distinction called unreasonable, and we will become unreasonable in life, not listen to our reason, not listen to our identity, not accept that I am only what I am, so far that I have been, I have achieved my success, I cannot go further on. No, our learning cannot stop. Winning is not going to be our goal now. Learning will be our goal. Not proving ourselves, but improving ourselves. So these are some of the objectives, and we will have these 5 sessions which are mentioned here. If you want, I have already sent you in the email, I'll send it to you one more time, the sessions time, uh, and the program fees. And as you will see, the fees are here. You can pay the full fees if you can afford it. If you think it is worth it, you can take the financial assistance and then take the subsidized price, or you pay as you wish, but be there if you're interested. uh, I want to make sure that nothing comes in your way if you want to be part of this conversation. We will pick up this movie also in some sense related to my ontological approach that we're talking about. But all I want to let you know is that please, please be with me if you think it is worth it, if you want to make a difference in your life and a difference in people's life. Those who have gone through this course, I don't have time right now to ask them to share to you, share with you what they got out of the program. But I am sure you will appreciate that. Yes, this course sounds very interesting. And yes, if you need it, and if you want to avoid your suffering, and if you want to create abundance in your life, I invite you to this course. Be with me. I would love to have as many people as possible. And I make sure that I also talk to people individually to enable them to get their immediate breakthroughs, and then support them and coach them if they're willing to accept me as their coach. So thank you very much for listening to this particular small session of mine about what is being effective. See you, as many of you as possible, next Saturday for my course.